Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth and it is October 12th, 2021. We are in the midst of the fall Halloween series where we make some simple cards that can be transformed either from Halloween to fall. And the last couple were Halloween, so we're going fall today. But like every other video, you change just a simple element and we can have a Halloween card. I'm using a fall leaf with some fall stickers. Now I could keep the leaf and put a little ghost or goblin on there and it would be super cute. You could change the wooden piece out for something more Halloween like a bat or a pumpkin. And the pumpkin can go either way because you can, you know, fall is our pumpkin season. These little stickers are from a website online that I thought was a US site, and it's not. It took an awful long time for it to get here, but they're super cute. There's just, and I don't know the name of the company. I only ordered from them once months ago. As you can see, I've never even used these cute little stickers. Well, it was time to pull them out, and I did pull out these three. Oh, look, there's an extra one hanging in there. They are a white backlit sticker, which means that when I peel this, we're going to have that white halo, and that's okay. You can trim it, you know, or just be sure you're buying transparent backings. These are opaque. I decided, I'm pretty sure I want a black card panel for our little leaf to set on, and then a white card base for the nice white border. You could do what I'm doing today with just some distress ink pads, pigment inks, whatever you have. Pigment inks are just going to take longer to dry. As you can see, it takes to the wood very nicely, and just add some color. Okay, so there's adding color with that. And I would, you know, just like a regular die cut, take and distress the edges. You can throw in reds and yellows, all sorts of colors. I, however, am wanting to paint mine, so I pulled out some of my distress paints. Any kind of paints is good, guys. I've got a couple of metallics, a pewter, the white, the black, all sorts of goodies. I don't know if I'm going to use them all, but they're there. And I just want to cake this little goodie up. And you can find wooden die cuts everywhere. People on Etsy sell them. They do custom ones. I mean, it's incredible where you can get these. And I got mine at the Dollar Tree. And I'm sorry if your Dollar Tree doesn't have little wooden cutouts. I got lucky. The one Dollar Tree that burnt down, when they rebuilt it right at the start of this particular season, and so they had a beautiful stock of these. And yeah, I stocked up. So I'm gonna put down a black base, and I'm just gonna put a couple of drops in right directly, because the distress line is very liquidy. I mean, it's beautiful how liquidy it is. And my paintbrush, I did rinse it because it was brand new. I haven't quite used all of my paintbrushes yet, so some of them are still brand spanking new. And you see that right where I dropped, I pulled straight up and down. I'm going in one direction, just as if maybe making some wood texture. Okay, and I don't mind that it's going right on the glass mat. It's going to be so easy to clean. Not even going to worry. And I think I do want to try the tarnish blast. We went from black soot to tarnish. Now you can hear there's a little pebble or a marble in there. to help you shake that up and make sure it's all nice and combined, just like the mica sprays and the oxides and stuff. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put a couple of little drops in, like so. Very easy. And then I'm just going to start below and just let that go back and forth. Oh yeah, look at that. This one could definitely go Halloween with the color scheme there. Put another drop right there. Might actually add a little bit more black. And keeping it nice and thin like this will allow the paint to dry rather quickly. And I am going to add an extra drop of black, maybe there and there, just to get some more streaks. I'm going to try and make it a teeny drop right there and right there. And then we're just going to pull it up, let it blend with those other colors we laid down. Oh yeah, look at that. Tasty, tasty leaf. Not really tasty, but you know what I mean. I'm going to add a little bit of the pewter, and you can see it's kind of, well, no, you can't see. But I can see kind of a layer where it's darker here, lighter here. I'll just want to make sure I get that all nice and blended out. And sometimes, yeah, see the separation line has dissipated a little bit. Sometimes that little ball gets stuck. Don't panic. You just whack it around a few times and it will help that. So I'm gonna tap my little brush, okay, open up those pores a little bit and just pull up and down, get some of that extra off. I don't want it too blendy. Now we can, or not too blendy, too stark with this pewter color. But I am loving that. Oh, look at that. I think that's perfect. Got a little bit of the dark black, a little bit of the pewter, a little bit of, which one did we use? The tarnished brass. That is just delightful. And it's not going to take very long to dry. Okay. Just put my finger in it. But yeah. So we'll let this dry. I'm going to clean up my little mess and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I went to clean this up and I always go and grab a piece of paper and I was like, I wonder if that would be a good match with my leaf. I'm going to clean it up with the black piece of paper and see if we can't pick up some of that shimmer from like the pewter and the brass one that we used. Now, some of it's dried and that's okay. So it's going to be like a little grungy, but we're not going to be too sad because it's just paper. The pewter is picking up beautifully. Oh, yes. This is fat. Oh, look, we got some of that one. So it is dry on here. So what I'm doing, and when I tap, I'm just giving it a little pull to help pull it off the table. So we're getting these like little chunkies on there. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Is that going to look good with our leaf? Oh, I like it. Look at that. This is fabulous. Now, if you get a die cut that doesn't have a hole, you can put a magnet on the back and then use a glue dot to hold it in place, just so it nails okay, or hang it by the string. And some of my particular set did come with the strings, so I'm all set with that. You guys, Look how lovely that is. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up and blow dry this dry. And I can tell it's very wet. It's very cold to the touch. And I'll be back in a moment. When you're done drying something that absorbed a lot of water, and it's especially not watercolor paper, you're going to get some wrinkles, some funky bends in your paper. What you're going to want to do, colored cardstock, black cardstock, anything with a pigment in it, you're going to want a scrap piece of paper, okay? Something that you don't particularly care about, and some water. You want a little spritz of water. You're going to mist, okay? And yes, you want to dry it completely before you mist it, because your damp paper, you don't know how much water is actually in it, and that paper was actually dry. It just absorbed all of my dampness. So you get it a little bit damp, you put a little bit of buffer, and then you drop some weight on it. I'm just using my stack of die cutting plates, and we're gonna leave it for like 10 minutes. While it's doing its thing, I can be working on something else, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go do some cleaning, because my area is a disaster from my last video. So I will see you back here when this has flattened itself out. See you in a few. Alright, I got my cleaning all done. Took about 20 minutes or so. So let's pop this off and see how we did. Oh, look at that. It's just got a little bit of a bend there, but for the most part, it is pretty darn straight. And what isn't straight will straighten out when we glue it to our thick, white, 120-pound card base that I have buried. All right, so here's our base, and I did choose a top fold. Oh, look at that. That's just going to be lovely sitting on there. And we're just going to grab a little bit of glue. I'm going to find mine here. And we just want a thin layer, because this is one of those fancy glues, barely art glue here, and you don't need a ton. Just like so. And you'll have a little bit of a wiggle room, so you can gently set it down in the area you need it without pinching too hard. I'm just going to slightly wiggle it into place. Make sure it looks pretty even, which it does. I'm going to flip it and apply the pressure to the back. With thy other hand, I shall cap my glue. Alright. Now, check that out. And now we have our super flat card. Woohoo! Looking good. And while we were cleaning, this little gem dried up so beautifully. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to run this through with its little string so that the recipient can, if they like, add it to their tree. Just going to tie a little knot in the thread at the end. Just like so. Alright, so now we have that. And I'm just going to adhere it with a double-sided sticky dot, just one, because when they peel it, it'll rip the center of the card, which will be fine, but they'll be able to peel it off the wood. It's not going to stay permanent to the wood. Pardon me. But before I do that, I want to lay out my design again, just to make sure I remember how it went. And I don't want any of it sticking off my leaf. There we go. Yeah, that's good. So I'll wait to do that one. And then I'm just gonna peel these, hopefully. Probably not. Oh yeah, there we go. Now, I'm a little worried that it's not going to stay put very well. So what I'm going to do So I'm just going to add some extra glue. And I'm going to take that little scrap piece of paper that I had, and I'm just going to add more glue just to make sure this is going to stay put exactly where I want it. Just like so. Now, if you don't have fall stickers or Halloween stickers per se, depending on what theme you're going for, heck, you can do Christmas, Easter, all sorts of themes. Just remember, a sticker is a pre-made stamp and die cut. Okay, it just saves you the stamping, the coloring, and all that stuff. It's just a ready-to-go image for you. If you can remember that, then it'll make your stickers a lot easier to use. That there. Looking good. And we're going to put our cute little acorns right over that. Now, in my little kit, I got some squirrels, I got some acorns and mushrooms, so I could use the leaves and then put something else in the middle. But I just thought the acorn reminded me of the harvest a little bit more. So here we go, add in our glue. And that is just Elmer's Craft Bond. It's a really good all-around glue. Make sure that's where I want it. Now remember, our paper is sticky, so I'm just going to set it on top of my garbage can. I'm not going to actually throw it away, because once that dries, I can use it again as a catch-all or a backer for something. Yeah, it's not gonna go to waste. I'm gonna clean that up though, because that's gross. So we'll just get this out and we'll just run that extra glob of glue just like that. Now we can cap that. Okay, so we're gonna get my double back or double sticky glue dot. They've got a little bit of extra strength to them. We're just gonna put that right there, and then I think I'm gonna set mine down just down below. That way there, if I feel like adding a sentiment, I can add something to the top. I don't usually. I like that, basically a white space up there. And there it is. Now this will withstand the mail and everything. Just be sure to put your extra postage on for cancellation, and I would recommend taking it into the post office and saying, hey, I've got my postage on, I need it hand canceled. When you put it in your mailbox and the carrier picks it up, they don't always look at your postage. They'll send it through the machine, and this would get hung up in there and be a bad thing. So take your hand cancel items into the post office for guaranteed hand cancellation. And let me know what you think. Very simple. Again, change your stickers out for Halloween theme, critters. This one's very seasonal because of the cutout. You can change it up to almost anything you can think of. I do appreciate you watching and hope to see you again. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I do have live videos on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so come check that out and hang out with us. And if you want to share your projects, you can tag hashtag #ChatWithSassy on Instagram or Facebook. And you can join the Chat with Sassy's Crafty Friends Facebook group. And we'd love to see your photos of your creations. Until next time, bye-bye.